think this next one is a great little segue and closing. Before you shit on asshole game, buy her flowers, open doors, pay for dinners, and see how that works for you first. Exactly. I mean, if you doubt what we're talking about here, feel free to go on and do it and see how well that works out.
Asshole Game, which is actually a book that I have.
Yeah.
Because it is something that you can learn and you should learn because it's the most powerful game there is. It works on all women, under all circumstances, all the time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's very hard to take guys that are very straight and very normal. Again, it's not abusive. It actually makes them laugh and giggle and wet their panties and start chasing you. It's the strangest thing. Some guys are a little bit more natural at it.
Yeah.
Other guys can learn it, and a little bit goes a long way.
It does.
And it's
it
really,
does.
it's really one of those things where you don't have to like tear through their world and just destroy it. It's teasing. It's making a little abused mastery where you kind of treat them like your kid's sister.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
It's huge.
And again, it can be the one small thing that actually takes you from a relatively nice guy that unfortunately isn't getting the results you deserve,
right,
to controlling the narrative, attracting the girls you like, taking them out and banging them the first or the second day.
Exactly.
It's that powerful. And it doesn't take a lot, but that's the real deal. Because you know what doesn't work. We know being nice. We know bending over backwards. We know confessing your feelings early. We know telling her you love her on the third date, or I'm looking for a relationship. None of these things work. And you're doing her a disservice by making yourself less attractive. So in order to make yourself more attractive, having one or two small game skills from how to be an asshole, for lack of a better phrase, it really it's like a steroid.
Yeah.
It puts your dating and your game on steroids. A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you'll have to do scorched earth.
No.
It just means teasing, having a certain attitude towards women that they're basically all teenagers.
Yeah.
And once you have that, and kind of like patting, and you'll see they react better, they're easier to manage, and they're happier to be around you.
Yeah.
So there's really no downside.
And I think they're more grateful, for lack of a better way to put it, when you're then nice to them. Because kind of a little bit of asshole, kind of a little bit of kind of that jock kind of asshole that you see in from like the 80s and 90s movies, that's kind of what you're going for, you know, in a lot of ways. They get all the girls are swooning. And then when he's actually decent to them, you know, doesn't beat them with a stick or anything, they're thrilled. It takes very little nicety in order to make her excited that you're there.
And even in game, we call it push-pull.
Yeah.
Or string theory, where you kind of dangle the string
in
front of the cat and they'll like, you know, lose their mind. Girls do the same thing when you kind of dangle something like your attention in front of them. They'll like lose their mind. So everyone benefits. It's much better than boring a girl to death and then she stops talking to you and she's on to the next guy who actually is abusive. You're actually doing her a favor by a little bit of asshole game that's controlled and calibrated.
Yeah.
That benefits everyone.
I think the theme of today was calibration.
Yeah. It's a good theme to almost always, especially in game.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hit girls over the head with it. You want to kind of like the string theory, kind of tease them and draw them in.
And I will say, if you are a nice guy, if you're just genuinely a good guy, the best way to learn calibration and to push a little harder is to just kind of start to inch your way up a little bit until you kind of reach a point where girls start saying no. Kind of test it out and see how far you can push it before you start getting pushed back. And that's about the right level of calibration to have across the board in dating, seduction, attraction, and sex.
Perfect. In this question where he's asking about nags and teasing and attraction, this is something that we can address on the question of the day.
Yeah.
It deserves a good 10, 15-minute answer, and I don't want to give you a partial.
Right.
that is actually more harmful than beneficial.
Yeah.
And that's something, and it's in the book. It's in the book. There's a difference between teasing and negging.
Yeah.
You know, negging is very specific, and it's very, you know, there's a very small window you would ever use it, if you even need to use it. But teasing is something that goes on and is easier to do
Right.
and is far less risky, you know. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been together for 7 years. He still teases me like his life depends on it. And I giggle and I swat at him
it's true. It's pretty funny.
and I kiss on him.
And we appreciate your time. We won't expose you to this too much in the future. But we appreciate your time. If you like this, like it, share it, subscribe. If you really like it, invest in us. Buy something from FortWorthPlayboy.gumroad.com or myplayboysbunny.gumroad.com. All the sex series, you know, you can't ever fuck too well.
No.
You'll get that return customer and you'll get referrals. The better you are in bed, there's no downside.
There's no downside to
All
being
right.
good at sex.
We hope you guys have a great day, and we appreciate your time and your attention.
Bye.